The last class of the day ends. I don't feel like going to the mansion right away, so I just blankly stare out of the window overlooking the school grounds, and cue Shiro doing his high jumps. And then he'll have Shiki in love with him. The classroom is dyed orange by the sunset. It's like red watercolor paint, and it hurts my eyes. I don't like red. It feels like it soaks deep into the back of my eyes, and I want to throw up. It seems I'm weak against things that resemble blood. Probably because the memories that you can't actually remember, but are still somewhere in the back of your mind. Seeing your mother get torn apart by a vampire or something along those lines. If I were to guess. You know, somewhere deep in your subconscious being like, oh, mama. No, I should say I'm weak against blood itself. 8 years ago, I had a near-death experience. I was in an accident where I was injured in the chest and I teetered between life and death for days. I should have died instantly. But miraculously, I survived. Maybe it's because of the great medical treatment. However, the injuries were so severe that I don't even remember the accident. 8 years ago, when I was a child, I felt a thud pass right through the middle of my chest, and I passed out. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. All I could remember afterwards was the pain and the cold. I don't remember much of the accident, but even today, the scar on my chest remains. I guess numerous fragments of glass pierced my chest, leaving burn-like scars there and in my back. Actually, I was quite surprised at being saved. Ever since then, I frequently collapse from an anemia-like dizziness, and cause a lot of trouble for others. Maybe that's why my old man believed I was unfit to be heir to the Tohno household and entrusted me to our relatives. The wound on my chest, huh? The huge scar in the middle of my chest, hidden from view by my uniform. Now that I think about it, after that accident was when I started to see those lines. I'm able to forget them thanks to the glasses that Sensei gave me. But I think I would have completely gone mad if I never met her. Keiko-san, the person who had been my mother up until now, said when I left that the Tohno house wasn't normal. No problem. I'm not a normal person myself. Yeah. Adjusting my crooked glasses, I pick up my bag. Can't stay in the classroom forever. Now then. Create save game. Go home, okay. Get a hold of myself and head back to the mansion. Also, for the YouTube portion, just like the chat's on the screen, but I'm listening to advice about choices so I don't end up knowing about things I shouldn't too early. So yeah, that's yeah. I don't have anything to do, so I hurry up and leave school. Come to think of it, I hadn't left the school by the main entrance since the entrance ceremony. I guess this will be the way to and from school from now on, since I live in the mansion. Yeah. Leaving from the main gate, I come to the intersection that leads to the residential district. This is the point at which the Okay. This is the point at which your paths to the city in the residential district where the mansion is part. Oh, it's Tohno-kun! Suddenly, I run into Yumizuka. Hey, it's Yumizuka-san! Yumizuka-san looked at me bewildered. Yumizuka-san? Is there something on my face? I was wondering what you were doing here, Tohno-kun. Isn't your house in the other direction? Satsuki, we went over this earlier. We are moving residence. Okay. Ah, well, it wasn't until yesterday, but I'm living somewhere else starting today. From now on, I'll be living at the place at the end of the residential district on top of the hill. Ah, so that's what you were talking about this morning. You know, they tried. They tried, okay? They tried. Yumizuka claps her fists and hand together in understanding. Well, all flattery aside, that gesture seems incredibly cute. Yeah. That's right. I guess there's no point in hiding it from you since you already know. I'm leaving my guardians, the Arimas, and going back to my wheelhouse today. Your real house? Your real house? You mean the Tohno-san mansion? Yeah. I don't think it really suits me either. I see. You're really a prince on top of a hill after all. Yeah, you could say that. It was a secret only Inui-kun and I knew, but now I guess everyone's going to find out. With a faint smile, Yumizuka casts her gaze into the distance. She looks out at the horizon, as if looking at the Tohno mansion off in the distance on top of the hill. Why does she give me Doki Doki Literature Club vibes? Like, there's something about her that's mildly unsettling. I don't know why. But will you be alright? Even if it is your house, you've been away for 8 years, right? Aren't you afraid or worried? Yeah. I'm actually kind of uneasy. I never liked that mansion to begin with, and now it's going to feel like someone else's house too. But still, I can't lead a carefree life on my own and leave my sister Akiha there all by herself. No matter how uneasy I am, I have to return to the mansion. In the end, it's still my home. I think it's only natural for me to go back. I see. Ah, sorry for stopping you, Tohno-kun. You must be in a hurry, right? No, not really. I was just having a stroll on the way home. Ah, I see. For some reason, Yumizuka looks downcast and falls silent. What's wrong, Yumizuka-san? Are you feeling sick? I ask her. But she continues to stare downwards without raising her head. I can't just leave her there. So I continue to stand there looking at her. And then? Yeah, what? I'm going home along the same way as you until we reach the hill. Really? Then let's go together for part of the way. Eh? Yumizuka's eyes widen, and she stands there stiffly for a moment. Yeah, girl? Yeah. My voice is breaking. I can't hold a single female voice for longer than a few moments now. You're right. We're going back the same way, so it wouldn't be strange for us to go together for part of the way, right? She says this she says this all with an excessively cheerful voice, and comes right beside me. just at the right time too. Yeah, so sorry. Just at the right time too. I'm not too familiar with the streets around here, so would you mind guiding me? Sure. Then let's go down this street. It's a back street that leads all the way to the street on the hill. I walk home while chatting with Yumizuka. Talking to Yumizuka isn't anything particularly special, but it is enjoyable in a peaceful kind of way. Yumizuka Satsuki has a gentle air about her, and I feel safe when I'm with her. Really? Again, she gives me big Doki Doki Literature vibes. Kind of, maybe yandere-ish. Maybe that's just me. Okay. And while we're talking, Yumizuka suddenly laughs as if she had remembered something. What is it all of a sudden? Did I say something funny? No, that's not it. It's just that starting tomorrow, I'll be taking the same route to school as you. Why is my voice breaking? She laughs, looking truly happy. That honest, smiling face is enough to also make me happy as I watch her. I didn't realize it up until now. Even putting her looks and mannerisms aside, Yumizuka Satsuki is kind of cute. Yeah? I'm slowly beginning to understand why the boys in our class have been so worked up over her for so long now. Our conversation ceases. I'm simply fascinated by Yumizuka's smile as the two of us fall silent. Without saying anything, we walk towards the residential district in the sunset. Suddenly, hang on. Hey, do you remember what happened during the winter vacation of our second year of middle school? Yumizuka murmurs. Huh? I tilt my head to one side. The winter vacation of the second year of middle school was when I had applied to stay for extra lessons at school, because I felt bad about staying at the Arimas. I remember it well enough, but I still don't understand why she had asked me about it. Just as I thought, someone like Tohno-kun would never have remembered. Disappointed, Yumizuka's shoulders droop. There were 2 sports sheds at our middle school, remember? Yeah? One was a news shed used by the big clubs, and the other one was an old one used by the smaller clubs like badminton. The old shed had a certain problem where the alignment of the door was bad, so there were often times when it wouldn't open. Old shed? That little concrete building at the back of the gymnasium? Ah, that shed. The one which she stopped using after some students got trapped inside. Let me guess, Tohno is one of those students and he doesn't even remember it, does he? Yeah, that's the one. The students were second years in the badminton club. Ah! Yes, something like that did happen. Does this guy just have, like, really shit memory or something? It was early in the new year, on a cold winter's day. The first 3 days of the new year having passed, I had applied for extra lessons and requested to stay behind at school and help out because I felt bad about staying at the Arimas. But even that was only until 5 in the evening. It had become dark, and I was forced out of the classrooms as all the teachers were going home. The middle of winter. Even if it was only 5, the surroundings really had darkened. The weather report had predicted snow for that day, and the cold was extra harsh. And so just when I decided to head straight home for the day, I heard a banging sound from the old shed and I went to check things out. Is anyone in there? I asked, and I heard the voices of several female students in reply from inside the shed. They had been trapped in there for 2 hours. While packing up the club equipment, they had closed the door because of the cold, and now it wouldn't open again. They couldn't open the door no matter what, and wanted me to call one of the teachers for help. But the teachers had all gone home. Even if I were to call them now on the phone, it'd at least take another hour. The cold on that day was truly terrible. And the kind of cold that should have prompted snow. I thought it would be cruel to leave those girls stuck in the shed wearing only the PE uniforms for another hour. After some hesitation, and confirming that no one else was around, I took off my glasses and cut the line on the shed door. Oh, you bad boy. The door opened, and about 5 female students, eyes red from crying, poured out. Come to think of it, there was something like that. But I'm surprised you know about it. Yeah, why do you think she'd bring it up? And why do you think she would know about it, The captain of the I was surprised you know about it. The captain of the badminton club who'd been trapped had told me. This has to do with the club's survival, so don't tell anyone else. It was almost like she was threatening me. Oh, Tohno-kun. You had no interest in knowing who was trapped inside there, did you? Listen, I was one of those badminton club members. Yumizuka sounds like she's pouting. Eh? So in other words... I still remember it well. When I think about it now, it was only being trapped inside a shed, but at the time, it was cold and dark, and I was really worried. Everyone thought we were going to freeze to death like that. My stomach was growling from hunger, too. I was just about to collapse. That must have been rough. I can't really empathize with her, so I give a half-hearted response. I hate to be that guy, but she's being a little over-dramatic, isn't she? Like, yeah, no. If they had to stay there overnight, yeah, it would have been horrible, right? I get that, but it's not like they were gonna die. Like, even if it was freezing, right? If they huddled together, and I'm sure there was some like mats or something in there that they could have used as makeshift blankets. Like like yes, it would have been less than ideal, but they would have been okay. Unconcerned, Yumizuka continues her recollections, bringing up old events anew. And just when everyone was trembling, you came along and asked, "Is anyone in there?" in your usual unexcited voice. And then the captain got angry and shouted, "Can't you tell just by looking? Do you remember?" Yeah, I remember. There was a loud bang when she threw a bat at the door. I was really surprised. "That's right," Yumizuka says, laughing. "But when we heard all the teachers had gone home, we really lost all hope. Couldn't stand being there for even a minute longer, and we had to face the prospect of being trapped until the next day. Just when we were thinking about how miserable the world was, we knocked on the door and said, I might be able to open the door if you can keep it a secret. Yeah. And then I heard another bang, and someone said, if it opened that easily, we wouldn't be suffering in here. She was really angry. Haha. Yeah, the captain felt responsible for getting us trapped, so she didn't have much patience to spare. But soon after that, the door opened. Everyone was happy that the captain's knocking with the bat must have worked and ran outside. But I was watching you, standing by the door. Yumizuka looks at me warmly. But that only troubles me. To me, it meant nothing, so I can't really appreciate her gratitude. I was crying really hard at the time. My eyes just felt like they were swelling up and looked terrible. What do you think you said when you saw me like that? I don't know. What did I say? This fucking guy. I really don't remember, so I asked as for something someone else had done. Despite this, Yumizuka still looks at me happily. You put your hand on my head. Instead, hurry up and go home. We need some ozoni. I was a little embarrassed because I was trembling so much from the cold. I knit my brows. I don't know what I meant by I don't know what I meant by back then. Yeah. I think you meant for me to warm up my body by having some ozoni. I see. It was right after New Year's, after all. That does sound like the stupid kind of thing I would say. Now that it's put to me like this, I regret not having picked something better to say. Back then I thought, there are plenty of reliable people at school, but if I ever really need to be saved, it will be someone like Tohno-kun who saves me. You're exaggerating. Look, it's like how a baby chick thinks the first human it meets is its mother. I just happened to help you. That's not true. Ever since then, I really believed that you'd come and help me no matter what the problem was. Her expression is quite resolute. You're telling me this isn't the fucking hill that goes up into the rich Western style residences in Fate. You're telling me. Okay. You're giving me too much credit, Yumizuka-san. I'm not that reliable of a person. It's alright. That's what I believe, so let me keep believing it. She pronounced while staring straight at me. And I'm too embarrassed to offer a rebuttal. Well, I guess you can believe what you want. You know, I won't stop you or anything, Baka. Isn't that right? So if I'm ever in a pinch, you'll come and help me, right? Yumizuka asked me, smiling. To be honest, that would be kind of troubling. A little bit. Despite what she thinks, I'm not the sort of guy who can do everything. I'm not. But when she faces me with that smile, I don't want to destroy that faith she has in me. Yeah. It seems like he's just rolling with the punches and just going through the motion. Like, yeah, okay. I go, there's some people stuck. I guess it'll help. Okay, I guess. Yeah. If it's within my power, I'll help you. Yep. Thank you, Tohno-kun. And I was a bit late to say this, but I was really happy because of what you said to me back then. So saying, Yumizuka suddenly stops. Naturally, I stopped too. I've always wanted to talk with you like this, Tohno-kun. Somewhere in her voice was a hint of wistfulness. Perhaps it's because of the red light from the sunset, but somehow, Yumizuka looks lonely. What do you mean? You can talk to me anytime. No, I can't. Inui-kun is always around you. And besides, can't become someone like you, Tohno-kun. With that reserved answer, Yumizuka draws away from me. Well, my house is this way, so I'll see you at school tomorrow. Bye-bye. Smiling, Yumizuka waves her hand and begins walking down another street. I walk along a different path than the one I usually take. Passing through unfamiliar streets, I slowly approach the Tohno mansion. The surroundings are not completely unfamiliar. After all, I lived here until I was 9 years old, 8 years ago. This isn't the first time I've taken this path back to the mansion. My feelings are a little complex. The path home is nostalgic yet fresh. Up until just now, I had not looked forward to returning to the Tohno household. Now it doesn't seem so bad. The house I lived in until I was 9 years old. Right now, my sister Akiha is in that utterly un-Japanese Western-style mansion. Tohno Makihisa, my old man who hated me, and the master of the Tohno household, died a few days ago. My mother died from illness after Akiha was born, so the Tohnos had dwindled down to me and my sister. Being the eldest son, you would think I would stand to become the Tohno heir, but I have no such privilege. To become the Tohno heir means being bound by a strict upbringing. I have lost count of the number of times my father scolded me over my dislike of not being able to live freely. That was when I got involved in that accident, and my body became weakened. My father saw it as a good opportunity to get rid of me. Sounds like a pretty shit dad. His reasoning was something along the lines of, someone who could die at any moment can't become the heir, even if he is the eldest son. Sadly for my father, I betrayed his expectations by making a recovery, but my sister Akiha was already deemed to be the heir to the Tohno household. And so I've heard that Akiha, who was already being raised harshly in order to become a proper daughter of the Tohno household, received an even harsher upbringing as the son. That was a long time ago. I played together with Akiha in the mansion back before the accident. After that, I never saw her again. Shiki expects her to hate him, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think she's gonna be happy. I think she's gonna be happy that he lived, that he didn't have to deal with it. I could be wrong, but I think it'll go better than he's expecting, meeting up with her again. Apparently, Akiha tried to visit me a few times when I was first entrusted to the Arimas. Unfortunately, we were never able to meet because I had to go to the hospital every day. We completely lost contact after Akiha went to a boarding school. Unlike Akiha, I'm so isolated from the main family. That's why I can live freely like this. But you don't really take advantage of it, do you? My high school was just an average high school, and our chance of contact was pretty much zero. My old man died, and I received word telling me to come back. To be blunt, I had no intention whatsoever of returning to the Tohno house. But Akiha's at that house. When we were children, Akiha was an obedient child, always looking frightened, as if she were constantly enduring something. She would always follow close behind, her footsteps pattering behind me. She was frail, and her long black hair and fancy Western clothes made her resemble a French doll. I'm worried about her living all alone in that big mansion, with the old man gone. I feel guilty after pushing all the Tohno family responsibilities on her and selfishly living a free life by myself. Perhaps my acceptance to return to the mansion is like my apology to Akiha. Maybe. The Tohno mansion is unnecessarily big. That's what she said. Surrounded by iron railings, you could say the entire lot is abnormally expansive, being so large that the whole elementary school could fit inside. The garden, surrounded by trees, is more like a forest. The mansion is at the heart of that forest, and there are a few other buildings separated from it. I didn't think anything of it when I was a child, but now that I have lived in an ordinary household for 8 years, the excessive size feels almost criminal. The gates aren't locked. I push them open and head towards the mansion doors. There's gonna be some, like, really rude, like, fucking butler who's gonna be like, like, so after 8 years you finally decided to show back up again, huh? Little punk ass. They tower oppressively, bearing down on any visitors. Beside the iron double doors is an unmatching doorbell. Alright. Shaking off my nervousness, I press it. There isn't any affectionate ding-dong chime from the doorbell. The oppressive silence continues for a few seconds. Then, the sound of pattering footsteps behind the door indicates someone's presence. We have been waiting for you. The door opens with a creak. Inside lay the lobby I remembered, and a young girl in an apron. Thank goodness. You're so late I was beginning to worry that you'd gotten lost. I was thinking about going out to meet you if you hadn't arrived by sunset. The girl in the anachronistic apron smiles warmly. No, that's, I'm so taken aback by her outdated mode of dress that I can't even form a proper sentence. Perhaps attributing my hesitance to distrust, the girl tilts her head a little. You're Shiki-sama, aren't you? Yeah, well, you don't have to call me Sama. You are, right? Oh, please don't scare me like that. I was beginning to think I had made another mistake back there. The girl's mannerisms are like those of a mother scolding her child. But in spite of that, there's a smile on her face, and it doesn't break the warm feeling about her. She wears an apron over her kimono. She comes out to greet guests and addresses someone like me with Sama. This must mean that she's... are you one of the maids here by any chance? The girl answers my question with nothing but a smile. Come, you must be tired. I mean... You know... Please do come in. Akiha-sama is waiting for you in the sitting room. The girl quickly crosses the lobby and heads towards the sitting room. Turning back as if she just remembered something, she makes a bow, a full smile on her face. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. Hang on, I can do that better. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. Nah. Her greeting is accompanied by her flower-like smile. I can't think of any reply, so I just follow her hesitantly. Oh boy, here we go. Guided by the girl, I head to the sitting room. It's as if I'm seeing it. For some reason, this room reminded me of the mansion from HA that Bassett has our hideout in. I don't know why. Like that window. Like move this couch and this chair, and put this table by the window. I don't know. It's as if I'm seeing it for the first time. I don't know if I've forgotten about it in the last 8 years or if they had it refurbished since then. Either way, it feels like someone else's house now, and it's unsettling. As I'm looking around the sitting room, the maid in the apron lowers her head in a quick bow. I've brought Shiki-sama with me. Well done. You may return to the kitchen, Kohaku. Thank you. It seems that maid's name is Kohaku. Kohaku-san gives a small bow as if to say farewell, and leaves the sitting room. This leaves me and 2 girls I don't recognize. It has been a long time, Nissan, says the girl with the long black hair and sharp eyes. All my thought processes stop at once. My mind goes blank, and I can't think of any words of greeting. All I can do is nod with a yeah. I don't think it can be helped. This Akiha that I had not seen in 8 years is not the Akiha I remember. She's completely transformed into a proper young lady of a noble family. Nissan. The black-haired girl tilts her head slightly. Pathetically, all I can say are dumb-sounding things. My mind is turning in somersaults as I try to recognize the girl before me as Akiha, but it seems like Akiha already recognizes me as her brother. You do not look well. Would you like to rest before we talk? Akiha throws a sharp glance in my direction. Is it just my imagination that she looks like she's in a bad mood? No, I'm alright. I was just surprised at how much you've changed, Akiha. People do change over the course of 8 years, Nissan. We are at an age of change. What did you think we would remain as we were forever? What is this? I can feel the thorns in Akiha's words. Yeah, she just said that. No, you've definitely changed, Akiha. Dude. Shit. You can't. It's your sister. Bro. You've become more beautiful than before. That isn't flattery. It's how I really feel. And... Indeed. But you, on the other hand, have not changed much at all. Akiha answers coldly, her eyes closed. Well, I came prepared for something like this. So yeah, I guess I was wrong. It's not going that well. It's as I had thought. Not me, though. It seems Akiha does not think well of me. If you are feeling well, let us finish the conversation. You have yet to hear the details about why you were called back here, Nisan? I've heard nothing more than a son come back to the mansion, though I found out the old man passed away on the papers. If the head of a major company dies, it definitely makes it on the financial papers. Word of Tohno Makihisa's death reached his son, Tohno Shiki, via the newspaper after the funeral. Yeah. Even though his relatives hadn't told him, this disinherited son could pick up news of his father's death merely by buying a 100 yen newspaper. It might be cynical of me to say so, but the world has certainly become a convenient place. Right? Like, I don't think I've even seen a newspaper. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. Actually, is it? When was the last time I've seen a newspaper stand? Or like one of the... Last time I saw one, like, in, like, the entryway of, like, a grocery store or something was probably... +5 years ago? Yeah. You just find everything online these days. It's like... I mean, to be fair, my grandparents can still get newspapers delivered on Wednesdays and Fridays, so... I am sorry. It was my fault that you did not get the news about father. Akiha quietly lowers her head. It's alright. Either way, it's not like he would come back from the dead if I went. It's not something you should be worried about. I am sorry. It is somewhat comforting to hear you say that. Akiha's face is serious, but this isn't a topic I care much about. A funeral is a ceremony for those who cannot let go of their feelings for the deceased to achieve detachment. For someone like me, who cut off such feelings a long time ago, there's no need. Calling you back here is my idea. It would be odd for the eldest son of the Tohnos to be entrusted to the Arimas forever. Now that father has passed away, the only Tohnos by blood are you and I, Nisan. I don't know what father was thinking when he entrusted you to the Arimas, but he's no longer with us, so there's no longer any need for you to live with them. That is why I had you come back here. That's all well and good, but I'm quite surprised you were able to get our relatives to agree to this. Wasn't it they who came up with the idea of leaving me with the Arimas in the first place? That may be so, but now I am the head of the Tohno family. I declined every one of the proposals from our relatives. I would like you to continue living here, Nissan, but this is a place with rules. You will avoid living the overly casual lifestyle you've been leading up until now. I'm afraid that isn't going to happen, Akiha. There's no way I can go back to being some well-mannered gentleman now. Not that I want to. I will not ask more of you, but do try to. Or are you saying you are unable to do what I already have? Akiha shoots me a cold look. It feels like she's hitting me with her grudge against me for leaving her here for the last 8 years. Alright. I get it. I'll try my best. Akiha just stares at me, as if she doesn't quite believe me. You do not need to try as long as you get the results. Her pose is dignified, her words merciless. Let's get back to the topic. Right now, you and I are the only ones living here. I do not care for having too many people around, so I cleared everyone out. Okay. Eh? Hold on a second, Akiha. You cleared everyone out? You wouldn't want to run into one of our relatives in the mansion, would you, Nissan? I have put off most of the servants, but there are enough for you and I, so there are no problems. Wait, no problems? You're going to get attacked at our family meeting if you do something like that. Oh, please be quiet. Rather than have the mansion overflowing with people, wouldn't you feel more relaxed with just the two of us here? Well, it's true that I would feel relaxed, but you've only just become the head of the family, Akiha. If you go around abusing your powers like some kind of dictator, our relatives aren't going to keep quiet. Even the old man didn't go against our opinions. Indeed. That's why Father entrusted you to the Arimas. I, on the other hand, have despised them ever since I was a child. I am not going to put up with their whining any longer. Not going to put up with... Look, Akiha. Enough. Just listen. You don't have to worry about me. Please, just worry about your own life from now on, Nissan. I can see it's going to be difficult for you in many ways. Akiha says suddenly, looking away a little. Now then, if there's anything you don't understand, ask her, Hisui. She looks at the girl standing by her side. The girl called Hisui bows expressionlessly. This is Hisui. She'll be your personal maid from now on. Can't I have the nice one? I want the nice one who's really friendly. Is that acceptable with you? Eh? Hold on, personal maid? You mean... In other words, she's your servant. Will she be my sword and my shield? Akiha declares it as if it were obvious. I can't believe it. Fitting with the Western style of the house, the girl in the maid outfit stands there as if it's natural to do so. Really? I guess Arturia's like initially like your initial meeting with her when she's kind of like indifferent towards you, I guess, sort of. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Hold on. I'm not a kid, you know. I don't need a servant. I can take care of myself. Would that include the cooking and the laundry? Akiha's pretty sharp at pointing these things out. Okay, laundry is not that hard. Except in an old house like this, they probably don't have a washer and dryer, so never mind. At any rate, now that you've returned to this house, you will obey my directions. I don't know how you lived at the Arima house, but you're living at the Tohno house now. Please accept everything given to you. Okay? I can't say anything, and I drift my eyes towards Hisui. As expected, she simply looks back at me expressionlessly like a doll. Well then, Hisui? Oh, no. Right, I guess you wouldn't call her that off the rip. Well then, Hisui, please show Nissan to his room. Yes, my lady. I don't know. I don't know, man. Hisui approaches me with a shadow-like lack of presence. I will guide you to your room, Shiki-sama. Hisui heads towards the lobby. Sighing, I head off towards the lobby as well. We enter the lobby. This mansion is split into east and west wings, with the lobby in the middle. The lobby is like the body of a bird whose wings are the halls extending diagonally to the east and west. Each wing is about the size of a small hospital. I remember the house is constructed symmetrically so both the east and west wings have the same floor plan. Your room is this way, Shiki-sama. Hisui climbs up a flight of stairs. It seems like my room is on the second floor. Come to think of it, the servants' rooms should be on the first floor of the west wing, so that's probably where Hisui and Kawaku-san's rooms are. Outside, the sun is already set. The girl in the maid uniform walks down the long, dimly lit hallway without a word. Kinda feels like Wonderland. Without thinking, I let my thoughts slip out. Did you say something, Shiki-sama? Hisui stops and looks back at me. No, I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry about it. After staring at me, Hisui bows and starts walking again. I guess this is what they call being at a loss for words. The room Hisui led me to is not one made for a mere high school student to live in. Is this my room? Yes. If you're displeased with it, I can arrange a different one for you. No, there's no way I can be displeased with it. It's just a little... No, really too fancy for me. Shiki-sama. It's fine. I'll gladly use this room. Yes. This room has not been touched since 8 years ago, so I do not believe you will find anything unsatisfactory with it. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could put it... Maybe there's a lot longer of, like, a lot more space past the foot of the bed, maybe? Like going, you know, to the right? I don't know. But yeah, it definitely doesn't seem all that, There's something a little odd about the way Hisui said that. It's as if she was implying this was once my room. Hey. Is this by any chance my old room? That is what I've been told. Am I mistaken? Hisui inclines her head to the side slightly. Hang on. Maybe she's not as cold as she's letting on. Maybe, just maybe. I feel relieved. It seems this girl can express emotion after all. Me and she. We're on the same wavelength. Well, it might be now that you mention it. I do remember it faintly, so it must be so. I can't feel any sense of similarity about this place at all, or familiarity about this place at all. But I guess that's what it's like after you leave a place for 8 years. Yeah, maybe. I can't get settled here though. I was living in a 6.5 mat sized room until this morning. It's like I'm staying in some high-class hotel. I understand how you feel, but please try to get used to it. From today onwards, you're the eldest son of the Tohno house, Shiki-sama. You're right. I've got to do my best, so I at least look it on the outside. With a thump, I drop my bag on the table and stretch my back. I've been feeling a little stressed out with everything that's happened so far, but I guess I've got no choice but to adjust from today onwards. Yeah, you do. Shiki-sama, all of your luggage has been brought here. Is there anything more you require? No, not really. Why do you ask? There was very little delivered. If there's anything you need, I can have it prepared. So please don't hesitate to ask. I see. No, I don't need anything more for now. I didn't have much luggage to begin with. My luggage is just this bag, these glasses, and the textbooks in my bag, and that white ribbon with an unidentified owner. That's all. Anyways, you don't have to worry about the luggage. This fancy room is more than enough for me. I understand. Well then, I should come to call you in an hour's time. An hour? For dinner, you mean? Yes. Please relax until then. As expected, Hisui says everything with an expressionless face. But even if she tells me to relax, just how am I supposed to do that here? I don't know. The clock says it's 6 o'clock. Usually I'd be watching TV in the sitting room around this time, but I'm having serious doubts as to whether there's any such thing in this mansion. Probably not. Hisui, I know it's kind of a trivial thing to ask about, but is there a television in this mansion? A television? Hisui's eyes narrow slightly. I know I'm the one who asked, but it really is a stupid question. I feel there's something wrong with asking about the presence of a TV in a luxurious mansion like this. Hisui makes a rare troubled face and stares off into space. There is no television in the sitting room. Some of the visitors didn't make use of one, but when they departed, they packed it up with their luggage and took it back with them. So I do not believe there are any remaining. Hold on. Visitors? Like who? For how long? relatives. The eldest son of the Kugumine-sama, Kugumine-sama from a branch of the family. Sasaki-sama's third daughter and her fiance. And Kishima-sama's eldest son can stay for close to 3 years. I'm getting tired from talking so much. And so fast. Mainly from how fast. Okay, let me make sure I'm actually ingesting this information. Eldest son of Kugumine-sama from a branch of the family. Sasaki-sama's third daughter and her fiance. And Kishima-sama's son. Okay. 3 years, huh? Hisui, that's what you call freeloaders, not visitors. Hisui doesn't reply. No matter what kind of people these freeloaders were, it seems that servants I can't say anything bad about them. Yeah, I guess so. Well, at any rate, it seems like those relatives had brought and taken back their own luggage with them. My old man hated the products of modern culture, thinking them all vulgar. There was no way he would ever watch a TV. Akiha, who had been educated by him for the last 8 years, would probably be the same. Well, it's not like he'll die without one. Hisui is silent. Like a perfect example for servants, Hisui says nothing unless she is being asked a direct question. This is, of course, kind of depressing for me. I want to make that expressionless face break into a smile somehow, but that seems impossible with just any old half-hearted effort. Oh, there was a library on the first floor of the West Wing, wasn't there? You know, I read that and I just saw it has to loosen Akiha up, and my mind went somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe I'll go find something to read when I have some free time. Hisui doesn't reply. She just stands there in the doorway. I can't even tell where she's looking. Hisui? Hisui doesn't say a word. Suddenly, she looks straight at me. I believe there is one in Nasan's room. Huh? I have no idea what she's talking about. There's one of what? A television. I remember seeing one in Nasan's room. Hisui says, as if remembering something from many years ago. Hold on. Nasan? Can you not... They're literally identical. How are you confused as to who she's referring to? Don't tell me you're talking about Kohaku-san. Yes. Right now, the only people working at this mansion are Nasan and I. Now that she mentions it, they do look alike. I just couldn't connect them as sisters because Kohaku-san is always smiling so warmly, and Hisui is always expressionless. I see. Kohaku-san does look like the type of person who'd watch those variety shows. But I balk at going to Kohaku-san's room to tell her, let me watch your TV. I mean, she... Okay. Sorry, just forget I ever asked. After all, I'll be living here from now on, so I've got to follow the rules of the mansion. God knows what sort of cynical comment I'd be in for from Akiha if I started watching television. It seems I'll be leading a scholarly student life fit for a member of the Tohno family from now on. Alright. I'll be in my room until dinner, so just come and call me when it's time. You've got other things to do, don't you, Hisui? Hisui nods in assent and turns around, silently opening the door. She leaves the room. The way the music just cuts randomly is okay. Dinner takes place with Akiha and I being face to face. I guess it's natural here, as Hisui and Kawaku-san do not eat with us, standing behind us to tend to our needs. I thought it would be natural if all four of us ate together, so you could say I'm caught off guard with this inexplicably tense dinner. I should mention at this point that I've totally forgotten anything related to table manners by now. That's, well, you know, okay. Well, I do remember little pieces, so it's not like I'm a complete amateur. But humans tend to pack away unused memories into the corners of the mind. The tension was actually quite thrilling, with every one of my movements causing Akiha to raise an eyebrow. When I think about how I have to go through this every day. When I think about how I have to go through this every day, though, it's really depressing. Yeah, a little bit. Finishing dinner, I return to my room. It's still only just past 8 at night. It's too early to sleep. So what should I do? Does this choice stay in your okay? Stress from dinner. I know it'd probably put us on like a path for something else, but I really wanted to go watch TV with in Kohaku's room. I was eyeing it. I was like, you know. Stress from dinner. I loosen my shoulders. I stretch out as far as I can, and then collapse onto the bed. Man, even dinner is hard work. Well, it's not like the knife and fork are really heavy. It's just that Akiha's gaze is really severe. Are you there, Shiki-sama? I can hear Hisui's voice along with a knock at the door. Yeah, I'm here. Come in. Excuse me. Hisui enters with a bow. I have come to make the bed. You may not enjoy watching it, so would you mind relaxing in the sitting room for a while? No, I don't mind watching. I'll just behave myself in the corner, so just go ahead and do your job without minding me. Bouncing up from the bed and moving to a corner. Hisui looks like she wants to say something, but thinks better of it and silently begins to make the bed. Hisui. Yes? What is it, Shiki-sama? Oh, you can keep making the bed. There's no need for you to stand up so straight. Hisui doesn't answer. It seems like she's had a servant's education drummed into her. Please, just talk to me while you work. I'm beginning to feel bad because it seems like I'm interfering with your work. If you say so, Shiki-sama, then I will comply. Hisui silently returns to making the bed. Is it true that the curfew here is 7? Eh? Oh yes. Is she the type that looks like composed and like cold, but in actuality is really clumsy and can't do two things at the same time? It just, it's... I mean, let's be honest here, right? Even Fate kind of plays into some pretty standard archetypes, I guess you could say. So a clumsy kudere type character is pretty bog standard, I would say, for anime. So it's not that. That's not that big of a stretch to make that assumption, I feel. Oh yes. The main gate is locked at 7, and all the entrances to the mansion are to be locked at 8. It is also a rule that one must try not to go walking around in the mansion after 10. Hey, Teppo. I mean, early mid-90s, I think, is when that really became a thing. But to be fair, I haven't watched that many, like, 90s anime. So, I don't know. And one of the few I have is literally Dragon Ball, so I guess, yeah, that's not really, no. But yeah, no, the clumsy kudere, like, type is, like, my favorite female archetype in anime. Well, no. Actually, yeah, I'd say it's pretty up there. So, that's probably why I like Saber so much, because she kind of started out cold, but then warmed up. Which by the end, she was more Dere than Ku, but... yeah. I'm getting that right, it's Kudere, right? I think so. Yeah, it is Kudere, okay. Yeah. Not even walking around in the mansion? Well, I've got no complaint with that, but isn't that kind of harsh? Akiha and I aren't children, so I don't think you have to go that far. Yeah, I mean, Lancer is very Dere, I guess. Kind of. Indeed. It is a rule, however, so please abide by it. You are aware of the recent disturbances at night, are you not, Shiki-sama? Yeah, that vampire thing Arihiko was talking about. Well, as long as something like that is happening, I guess it's better to be safe than sorry. Yeah. Wouldn't want our dear sister or the maids to get murdered. Do you have any other questions? Hisui finishes spreading the sheets and turns around to face me. Let's see. I have all sorts of questions, but I know nothing about Hisui and Kohaku-san. Do you mind if I ask an off-topic question? Yes, what is it? I'd like to know what kind of work you and Kohaku-san do around here. Bruh. They're maids. What do you think they do? I am here to serve your needs, and my sister Kwaku is to serve the Lady Akiha-sama. In our spare time, we do the maintenance chores around the mansion. Is there anything more you'd like to know? To serve, so that's what it is after all. My shoulders suddenly feel heavier. It seemed completely natural to Akiha when she said it, but I'm nothing more than a normal high school student. I have no interest in having a girl close to my age serving me, at least for now. Yeah, no, what high school student wants a girl serving it? This would be completely ridiculous. Like, banish the thought. No male high school student wants that. By serving me, you mean you're a personal servant? Yes. Please do not hesitate to ask anything of me. Well, I get it. Going by how Akiha was talking about you, it doesn't seem like I can dismiss you. So I'll just obediently let you serve me. That seems a bit backwards. Is there anything in particular you would like? Nothing in particular, but could you stop calling me Shiki-sama? Yeah. Yeah. I guess many would prefer in a less formal version where they aren't actually acting like Victorian maids. Or, you know, Japanese maids. Because, yeah. Or I should say, you know, classic Japanese maids. Nothing in particular, but could you stop calling me Shiki-sama? To be honest, I get chills down my back when I hear it. But Shiki-sama, you are my master. That's what I'm saying, I hate. I've been living a normal life up until yesterday. I have no desire to start living a life where a girl my age addresses me with Sama. I see. Hisui's response was less than enthusiastic. Just call me Shiki, and in exchange, I'll call you Hisui. You already doing that. Let's do away with the formalities and be more casual with each other. Still expressionless, Hisui lowers her eyebrows as if she's being troubled. Maybe I spoke too soon about wanting Kohaku. Maybe I spoke too soon. See, when I said that earlier, I was mainly afraid that it would turn out that that Hisui would purely be just cool with no other traits. But I underestimated a 2000 game. I'll admit, I underestimated it, okay? But you are my employer. It's not like I'm hiring you. You're the one doing the things I can't, so you're the great one. I see. Hisui gives another unenthusiastic reply. It looks like I won't be able to get to talk her into it just one day. Anyway, anyhow, that's how it is. Don't be so formal towards me. I'll be grateful if you tell that to your sister Kawaku-san too. Very well. As you say, Shiki-sama. expressionless. Hisui bows her head. She completely failed to understand. Yeah.
I will be leaving now. Please rest now for tonight.
Bowing, Hisui puts her hand on the doorknob. Oh, I forgot to ask something. Hold on for a second. Running towards the door, I put my hand on Hisui's shoulder before she leaves. In an instant, Hisui's arm pushes away my arm with incredible momentum. With a whack, she slaps my hand away and leaps back. Eh? It's so sudden, that's the only thing I can say. Hisui is expressionless, but she glares at me fiercely. Did I just do something wrong? Oh. Okay. I'm getting a really bad feeling about perhaps her background.
I am very sorry.
Hisui's voice sounds very nervous.
I am not used to being touched.
Okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Just, okay.
Please forgive me.
Hisui's shoulders are faintly trembling. Or maybe not. I feel like I just did something really terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize without thinking. I don't understand why myself. I just feel sorry for Hisui and I lower my head. Hisui says nothing. I get the feeling her stare is calm again.
You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I am the one to blame.
No, well, maybe, but I scratch my head. Hisui stares at me, pausing only to blink for a second.
What was it you wanted to ask me, Shiki-sama?
That's right. I stopped Hisui because I wanted to ask her something. Oh, I wanted to ask about Akiha. Doesn't she go to a boarding school?
That was only during middle school, Shiki-sama. From this year onwards, Akiha-sama has special permission to attend school from home.
Eh? You mean she goes to school from here? Damn, that COVID hit early in this universe.
Yes, but it is uncommon for her to come home before dusk like today. Akiha-sama has practice up until dinner, so she's always home before 7.
Practice? Practice what?
Today is Thursday, so she would have had violin practice.
Eh?
Usually, she's able to return before dinner on weekdays. So if you have anything to say to Akiha-sama, please let Ne-san know after dinner.
Hisui bows to say goodbye and leaves the room. Violin practice. What on earth is that? Violin practice? She's not some upper class lady or anything, so why would she have to do something as bothersome as... Oh wait, she is an upper class lady. Yeah, a little bit. Yes. Come to think of it, my sister, Tohno Akiha, is a natural born upper class lady. Yep. In my memories, she was always the obedient, ever uneasy sister constantly following me around. As a child, she was always quiet, never having even the courage to express her own desires. She was a frail girl who would always live in fear of a scolding from our father. Yeah, people really do change after 8 years. After 8 years, I've become the me I am now. Akiha has become the person she is right now, too. 8 years is a long time. It's half of our lives up until now. I was absent from this mansion during that vital period where a child becomes an adult. I'm sorry, Akiha. I think things would have been better if I had been with her during those 8 years. I unknowingly mumble an apology. Left by myself, I lie on my bed. This house from 8 years ago. It feels a little like they belong to someone else. Oh, my blood relative from 8 years ago. It feels a little like they belong to someone else. I wonder what's going to happen to me now. Grumbling to no one in particular, I fall asleep.